Hey guys, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. On today's video, I just got, as you can see, my new OVS 180 awning. So what I'm actually going to be doing today is showing you the full deployment, showing you the whole thing. But again, just wanted to show you now that it's on the truck, what does it look like when it's deployed? How easy is it to deploy? How easy is it to tear down? That sort of stuff. So if you want to see more on that, stay tuned. Before we dive too deep into the episode though, did just want to touch on my featured partners, Trail Built Off-Road. That's where I got these wheels and tires, these level 8 MK6s with the Kenda Cleaver RTs on them. They're awesome. And their website is amazing. It's super easy to navigate. They help make recommendations based on your vehicle, like what wheels and tires would look best, work best. They have a lot of really cool tools on there. Their customer service is great. So I definitely highly recommend them after I've dealt with them myself. There's a link in the description below. If you go through there and you end up buying something from them, there is a drop down in the end that says, well, how'd you hear about us? If you can, just pick All Things Overlanding just so they know that I sent you. Next, Overland Addict. He is actually who I got my awning from. So again, I will have a link to his website in the description below. But again, you know, an awesome guy that is into overlanding himself, that runs his own overlanding shop in Missouri. Chad, he's amazing, took great care of me, helped me, you know, get this thing on my truck and everything. So they're just fantastic and I highly recommend them. So definitely check them out through the link below as well. Last US Bag. Again, you can purchase these through Overland Addict as well. But they make some amazing quality overlanding bags, like trash bags, like Trasharoo style trash bags, tool rolls, things like that. So you should definitely check them out as well. And then Northology Overland, great free digital magazine about adventure travel and overlanding and things like that. I've written a couple articles in there. So again, if you like my stuff, you'll definitely like the magazine. Click through that link below and go check that out as well. All right, guys, so now I'm going to open up the OVS awning. I'm going to show you all the features of it. I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up. Before I do that, I'm going to go to the back of the truck. So there are a couple straps that you need basically to pull the sort of fox wing style awning around and then secure it to like your roof rack, for example. So I'm going to grab those first. I do keep them right back here in my drawer system, which is kind of handy. I actually repurposed another box that I had that had some old junky stuff in it. I don't even remember what was in it, but I basically just repurposed this box to hold. I'll show you here. They're just a couple of straps, and these are basically what hold the fox wing awning up. When you stretch it out, it's basically sort of triangular on each end and then square in the middle, but then you have to secure it and pull that taut so that it holds the awning up. So let me show you that. And some of the questions that I get sometimes are, why'd you go with a 180 awning versus like a 270 awning? The reason for that in my application is with the Xterra, you know, I have a rear hatch that opens up. So for me, the 270 seemed almost like it would get in the way and or be sort of just not necessary. And the 270 awning is a little bit more expensive than the 180. So again, in my case, I felt like between the 180 awning covering the whole side of the truck, the hatch covering the back of the truck, and then when the rooftop tent is deployed, it has an overhang that goes over the driver's side. I'm pretty well protected. And again, it was cheaper, right? So that's kind of nice. So what's that one strap there? The nice thing is this thing is really beefy. So like the cover is just really super heavy duty, but as you can see, like my old Tough Stuff was maybe 1.5 inches or 2 thinner than this. But aside from being a little bit thicker, you wouldn't even really know that this is a vastly different awning. It's got 2 zippers, super heavy duty zippers here on the bottom that you can just unzip, obviously. You're gonna kind of want to pull your cover off here of the awning, just so it's kind of out of the way. Now, the cool thing is they've got these really heavy duty straps on here. So these straps are super nice. They're really well made. The construction's really good. The stitching is really good. The components are really nice and thick. But basically all that you do is unstrap these 2 straps, Velcro, super easy. Go to the back, unstrap this one. And then that kind of swings down. So this is your actual fabric, obviously, for the tent. But then it's essentially got a set of arms that goes to the back and a set of arms that goes to the front. That's what makes up the whole structure of the tent. It's on these big heavy-duty aluminum hinges that are really nicely welded, super thick boxed frame behind it. So again, it's just super, super nice. So let me open this up here and get the back strapped up so you can see it. Now this awning is freestanding in as far as if it's not super high wind or super rainy, it will just hold itself up. They do send legs, so there are 2 legs, which I'll show you here in a second, that are already attached to the poles of the awning. that you can use to give extra strength to the awning. But again, I probably most of the time, like today, it's not super windy and it's just a beautiful day. So kind of my goal with it is just to leave it freestanding, so I don't have to worry about, you know, the dog or the kid running into it and, you know, knocking it over or anything like that. But so you basically just pull this thing to the back here. There is one hook, S-shaped sort of hook here, that you can attach to this. And then it's basically just a length of this nylon rope. And then there's a really nice quality metal. This is metal clasp, which I was impressed with. I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's going to be plastic, but it's actually metal. And then you can kind of go as far as you want. I kind of try and go higher on the truck because, you know, I am going to be opening my hatch. So I want to keep it out of the way of my hatch when I open that. But so you just feed this through this sort of like tooth thing here, right? And then you just pull it super tight as you can possibly pull it. So there's that. And then it just kind of grips onto it. I think you could probably, you know, tie a knot or something in it if you really wanted to. It'll lose a little bit of grip. It's possible, you know. But then you just get that nice and taut. Now on the inside of here too, and you won't be able to see this, but I'll walk around and I'll get some shots of it to show you. It does have a zipper on the inside. And the reason for that is you can get a wall kit for this thing. So if you want to use this in the winters and set up a propane like heater underneath of it or a propane fire pit underneath of it with some chairs around it, you could zip some walls on here and you could literally camp under this thing if you want. And as you're watching this, you'll see how big this thing is. So I was kind of surprised. I mean, I've seen these things, but I just did not realize how big they were in real life. So I mean, when this thing is deployed, again, my old awning was a Tough Stuff awning and it was a great awning. It was nothing wrong with it. It was just a pain to set up. But it wasn't even as long as this and didn't go as far out and wasn't as wide as this. And then I've still got these extra triangular pieces that literally cover all the way the full length of the truck. So super, super impressive. So let me grab my other straps here and I'm gonna secure this one. All right, so same sort of deal, right? S-hook shaped deal. These nice metal clasps that are teeth. I don't know how you say that. But basically you feed your line through there and then it just grips it. So I'm gonna put the long part through here. There's just a little loop here on the end. You basically just pull that as tight as you can. Again, come over here to where you can attach it to something. You gotta be mindful if you've got a rooftop tent, you gotta be aware that like you wanna make sure you're not gonna get in the way of anything for the rooftop tent. But so again, you want it to be as tight as you possibly can get it. I'm gonna go under here to my unistrut, or actually I'll go to the bottom, the underside of the rooftop tent. If I can get it on there, I can. All right, I've got a U-bolt under here that secures the rooftop tent. So I'm gonna go to that. And then I'm just gonna make it as tight as I possibly can and get the straps up out of the way here. So, I mean, you can see I've literally been like stopping to show you guys exactly how to do this stuff, but like how easy was that, right? How nice and quick was that? Again, compared to my old Tough Stuff, it was a huge pain in the butt. Took forever. You would have been laughing at me wrestling with this thing forever, trying to get it, you know, up in an efficient manner. Now, here are the legs that I was talking about as well. So there are legs that are already up here, just Velcroed in place. They are on like a little pivot, and I'll show you that here in some B-roll. But basically the bottoms of them just twist. You get into the height that you want, and then you twist them tight. That's it. So you can use these. There are 2 more poles that come with the tent that you can use as well if you wanted to. Again, I try to use as few as possible because, you know, I just want to, I like the idea of it being freestanding. I like the idea of not having to worry about bumping into the poles or knocking the thing over or anything like that. But so that's pretty much it, guys. Again, if you have any questions, like just please post up in the comments below. If you're interested in one of these awnings, again, they are super nice. Like, yes, they are a little bit pricey, but if you're going to go camping a lot, if you're going to use an awning a lot, if you camp in inclement weather, if you camp in the winter, like having something like this can be a game changer. You can even use it in place of a rooftop tent or in place of a ground tent. Like I said, spend a little bit more, get the wall kit for it, set up a propane fire pit inside of here, set up a sleeping bag and a cot. you're good to go. I mean, you could just pop out, you know, get to tent, pop this thing up in 2 or 3 minutes, set up your cot, throw your sleeping bag on it, get a fire going if you want underneath this thing, and you're good to go. So tons and tons of cool ways to use this thing. I love this thing. I'm so excited about it. I did want to just touch on teardown of this thing. Basically, I'm not going to show it because I'm actually camping. I'm going to use this thing right now. It's just in reverse, right? So you just undo the straps. You can take those all the way off. Like I showed you, I actually keep them in just one of these little, you know, cheap something, like a little Chinese fishing camera or something came in this a long time ago. And I just keep it in here, but you could keep it in a bag or a Tupperware bin or something like that. But you pull the straps off, and basically what you do then is you let the fabric hang loose. You fold in, you know, I start with the front. I fold that one in first, then I fold the rear in, fold it in flat. You pull that strap, the 2 straps that I showed you, you pull those up, put it through the loop, Velcro it down. Once you've done that, then you just pull the cover over it and zip it up. That's it. So it is actually really nice, really super simple to put away. So just like it's easy to put up, it's easy to take down. So again, I hope that that's helpful for you guys. I hope that that shows you a little bit on how easy it is to set it up, gives you some tips about sort of the features and the things that come on this tent. Again, I will put a link in the description below. So again, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button below, click the bell to be notified when I drop new videos. I do a couple videos a week, so I try and keep the content coming for you guys. It's all Xterra based, it's overlanding based, it's gear reviews, it's trip reports, things like that. So if you're into like more realistic, like real world overlanding stuff, then definitely click that subscribe button, because that is the kind of stuff I'm going to drop. I'm looking at budget price stuff. I'm looking at ways to save money so that I can go out more, so that I can buy more gear. So again, I hope that's helpful for you guys, and I will just look forward to seeing you next time.